Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I got my box fan here. Gotta carry it all the way home, but it's light. It's probably about, I don't even feel like it's as heavy as the other one, to be honest with you. So pretty happy about that. Hopefully it lasts just as long. But if anything, I just want to be able to discard the other one, man. That's what it's about. It still works. Has a little bit of a short in it, but it doesn't give me any trouble in terms of it spinning. But I just got tired of it. It needs to be clean. It barely pushes out any air. It's an embarrassment to carry around, and it's not like box fans are so expensive that I couldn't have replaced it. I just didn't ever see the need to. Well, it's my birthday, and this is what I bought myself. You know, I'm 40. Got myself a box fan for my birthday. That's crazy. But yeah, that's where we at with it. That was really it. I bought myself some Band-Aids too, because I'd run out. You never know when I'm gonna get need them, but what you don't want to do is not have them when you do need them. So it was a good day to buy that too. All in all, that cost like 30 bucks, man. Not very expensive. My next big purchase in terms of this type of stuff is some shoe coverers for the rain. I need to do that while it's still hot, because the shoes that I have, the two little pair that I'm wearing around, I do not want them ruined by the rain, and I do not believe they're meant for the rain at all. So I'm not going to be buying more shoes. As you guys know, I can only carry but so much around. So yeah, that's definitely something on the list. But I kind of want to be out today. It's not overly hot in comparison to what it's been, to be honest with you. It's probably about 80, 88, something like that, 89, which most situations is really, really hot. But after living here all summer long, that's not that hot. It's really not. In comparison to what we've been used to. So I feel pretty good, man. A little awkward carrying this thing, but otherwise I'm good to go, man. Happy to have taken care of what it is I wanted to take care of. Don't feel like necessarily being in the room today though. Maybe by the time I get back I will have gotten all of that out of my system, but I would have loved to have done a full move around today. But as I always tell you guys, man, public transportation is not something I want to just to be taking it these days. I'd rather stay local if I don't really need to go to Hollywood, or if I don't need to be in Los Angeles, I'll probably just stay over here, man. So that's really what it is. Go back to the room and plot out the rest of my day. You know, not really much on my mind. I want to just continue kind of the conversation I was having in my last video, to a degree, and just tell people, you know, stand out of circumstances where you're surrounded by people you don't know. Depending on what it is your walk of life is probably the best way to go. You let strangers in and out of your house, and kind of like to hang and can provide a lot of energy that is no good for you, man. Just hanging, you know what I mean? Just being around. It's not the greatest deterrent to nonsense, I will say that. And it's helped me not being that way since my 20s. You know, when I was in my young 20s, you can't tell a young 20-year-old nothing like that. I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm trying to go where my friends are at, and that's it. But as you start getting older, you realize, and you start going through certain things that come from that, you realize that it's not the greatest thing in the world to just let any and everybody around you. Sometimes some people are not great to hang with, you know, for a million reasons, but none more, in my opinion, than for the betterment of being in control of what's going on around you, of what's no good. You know, those type of things, they're easily attractive to hangout behavior, where you just want to go kick back at certain people's house. I used to do that all the time. Let's go kick back. Let's go smoke at somebody's house. Does this and this. It doesn't provide you the type of energy that ultimately you're looking for in some cases when an enemy comes through there of that person who lives there, or you know, you start dealing with people wondering if you stole something. There's a million different things that go wrong when you either hanging at somebody else's house that you don't know, or letting people into your home that you don't know. Or in some situations, even when people you do know hang out at your house, things can tend to come up either missing, or somebody will drop something on your mama's couch. I had that happen once. and my friends, we were all in my crib chilling, people that I knew very well, and they were drinking wine on the couch and ended up wasting the wine on the couch. So what they ended up doing is flipping the pillow over. And what they didn't anticipate me doing was recognizing that the pillow had been flipped over. I had walked out the house. I'm telling you, I went downstairs just to open the gate for somebody, that kind of thing. It hadn't been like I left to do anything. And by the time I walked out of that room, till like 3 minutes later when I came back with who I was coming to let in, they had dropped red wine on my mom's beige couch and was gonna try to turn over the pillow so that I wouldn't know that it was done. And these are people that I known for years up until that point, my friends. And so it's like, and that's when I realized, man, I don't like having my house be the kicking spot. I remember one time it was a acquaintance of mine that I know, shout out BX, my boy from Bronx, who resided out here for many years. He was starting to come over to my apartment as well, and he would bring women over, beautiful girls, and they would just kind of come over to pre-drink before the club, right? Wasn't nothing serious. They'd come over pre-drink, fix their hair a little bit in my mirror, and bounce. But when I started realizing he was trying to make that a regular thing, because I had a crib over on Wilshire, you know, the Dunsmuir crib, everybody liked that place. It's a good neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Nice white neighborhood, nobody could worry about nothing crazy happening over there. So they figured that would be the nice kicking spot. Had an upstairs space, had a balcony area. My mom had moved out, so it was me living there as a young man. It was just a really nice bachelor pad for that type of thing. My thing was, I'm not social like that. So I had to put an end to that. I don't know BX like that. Not well enough to be having it so that I bring people that he co-signed to my house. Strange people. Now granted, I was, 22 years old, 23 years old? These are beautiful women. Why would I not want them around? But it's like, when you're wise enough to know that sometimes beautiful women bring bad dudes. So sometimes you don't know what people got following them or chasing them, or what people will line you up for, or what people want to rope you into. I just learned, living as I did, being raised by the person I was, that it ain't as simple as pretty girl, nice time. Not in LA. I don't know if it's like that in your hood or where you guys are from, but in Los Angeles, pretty girl can equal lined up. Pretty girl can equal you getting robbed. Pretty girl can equal you have some crazed dude who's chasing her, coming to you thinking you sleeping with her and he want to, you know what I'm saying? That's what pretty girl can equal out here. So it's like, for me, I'm always wary of the things that people welcome. You know, I've seen too many people lie on one another, and then you get to a point where it's like, I don't know if I can trust that person. Even though she may look a certain way or may speak a certain way, who knows who she's aligned with. So I just became naturally cautious, if not paranoid, to not just let any old body around me, man. For whatever reason they might want to be around, even if I knew them kind of, I didn't really want them in my place where I lay my head down. And so that's really what it comes down to. You just learn to be wiser. As you continue to hear horror stories about people letting people into their lives that really have no business being there, into their surroundings that they really don't know that well. And so that's what's been on my mind these last couple of hours. And I made a video about it on the way, and it's still on my mind now. Just listening to people online talking about these types of things. It's important to be cautious of who you let in your surroundings, who you trust, who you think has your best interest. Some people may not, and they may look like they do. They may look like they have, you know, that they are trustworthy, but I don't even know what that really means. When you judge a book by its cover, it can get you in a lot of trouble. And so that's the wisdom I wanted to provide. I don't know who needs that message. I get the feeling that it's probably relevant for somebody who's watching me now. Maybe they plan on hanging out somewhere. Just know where the exits are in situations like that. Vet the room, read the room. That's so very important. Not everybody's your friend, you know what I mean? That's what it really comes down to. Not everybody has your best interest at heart. Sometimes people have ulterior motives. And maybe you don't sense those right away. Maybe you weren't raised to sense those, but the reality is they're there. And you may end up roped into something you don't want to be a part of, trying to deal with being cool with them or trying to politic with them or whatever. And so I guess it was stemming from seeing old boy yesterday who had been a victim. It was like, okay, that makes you wake up and see things like a little differently. To say, this is what I've learned, that up until this point, along with the spirit of the Holy Ghost who's protected me all my life, kept me out of them situations. You know what I mean? So let me stop and wipe my head, because obviously the sweat is getting ridiculous here. But that's really what it's about, man. For me, I just want to share the wisdom in hopes of just creating an idea, planting a seed that people need to be a little more cautious than maybe they were raised to be. I was raised by someone who made me naturally cautious. She used to talk about observing my surroundings. That's what you don't want to do. Observing my surroundings early in life, so that I would be understanding that, you know, threats were around. My mom was the type of person that always had her head on the swivel, because that's how she was raised and brought up to understand how to be. And so, you know, not everybody is cautious. Not everybody. Some people think the world they've been in is the world they're in forever. Like they've never had no problems, so there'll never be no problems. And in a lot of cases, they end up victims. So be cautious is what I'm telling people, especially if you're one of those people that don't believe you have to be. You know, I ain't saying that you need to be able to see in every vehicle or just need to be a recluse and away from everybody at all times. That's too far with it for most lifestyles. But, you know, just don't think that everybody is welcome in your circumstance, or that you welcome in your circumstance is going to be good for you. It may not be. It may not be. And in being too open with letting people in your circumstances, you may find yourself in a situation where it might get a little tricky for you, and it'd be that you wished you just kind of deterred against some of that energy that'd ultimately be the wish in your head. So that's pretty much what I gotta say, man. Can't wait to get back in here, even though this thing ain't heavy. It is awkward to carry. So get in this house, throw away the other one. Can't wait to do that, or put it out somewhere so somebody else can grab it if they choose. Maybe one of the guys around here will be able to refurbish it and fix it back up. I'm not against that, but it was time for me to get rid of it. I had it for 6 years. So that's pretty much it, man. Everybody be safe out there. Count our blessings at all times. Pray for everybody. My name is BDF 44. I thank you all for watching, and I'm out.